There's something, deeply satisfying about walking into your garden, spotting a swelling tomato, a blushing strawberry, or a mango tree heavy with promise, and just knowing you grew that abundance naturally. No synthetic boosters, no mystery chemicals, just life feeding life. Today at Roots Haven Grounds, we're diving into one of the most powerful natural growth secrets you can actually brew right in your kitchen. A single jug of living microbes that can completely transform your fruit production. This isn't hype, this is soil biology at work. Once you understand what's happening beneath your plants, you'll never look at gardening the same way again. Every healthy garden, honestly, starts underground, not with fertilizer, not with watering schedules, with life. A single teaspoon of rich living soil can contain billions of microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, nematodes, an entire microscopic food web working together. These organisms break down organic matter, unlock nutrients, protect roots from disease, and even help plants communicate stress. But here's the problem, that many gardeners face. Modern soils are often biologically poor. Overtilling, chemical fertilizers, and pesticides disrupt soil life. The result? Plants that survive, but don't thrive. Fruits that grow, but lack size, flavor, and resilience. That's where our jug of microbes comes in. When you add living microbes back into the soil, you're not just feeding the plant, you're rebuilding the ecosystem that feeds the plant continuously. Microbial solutions, often called compost tea or microbial inoculants, are liquid cultures filled with beneficial bacteria and fungi. When applied to soil or leaves, they multiply, colonize the root zone, and form partnerships with your plants. Think of it as hiring millions of tiny farm workers who never sleep. They break down nutrients into plant-available forms. They improve soil structure so roots can breathe. They help roots absorb more water. Some even produce natural growth hormones that stimulate flowering and fruiting. And the best part? You can make this yourself with simple natural ingredients. So, how can just one jug make a big difference in your fruit harvest? Well, when fruiting plants like tomatoes, peppers, passion fruit, citrus, berries, or melons enter their flowering and fruiting stage, their nutrient demand really skyrockets. It's not just about nitrogen anymore, but also phosphorus, potassium, calcium, trace minerals, and honestly, a whole range of micronutrients. Now, most gardeners try to solve this by adding more fertilizer. But here's the truth. Nutrients locked in the soil are often already there. Plants just can't access them. Beneficial microbes act like nutrient miners. They dissolve minerals, break down organic matter, and transport nutrients directly to plant roots in exchange for sugars. This relationship is called a symbiosis, and it's honestly one of nature's most powerful growth systems. When this system is active, you'll notice stronger flowering, better fruit, set larger fruit size, improved flavor in plants that handle heat, drought, and pests more effectively. And all of this comes from biology, not chemicals. At Roots Haven Grounds, we really love methods that are simple, affordable, and, super effective. Here's a natural microbial brew you can actually make at home. Start with non-chlorinated water. Chlorine kills microbes, so if you're using tap water, just let it sit uncovered for about 24 hours first. Add a few handfuls of mature compost. Good compost is dark, crumbly, and has that earthy smell. This is your microbial starter culture. Next, add a natural food source for the microbes. Unsulfured molasses works beautifully. Just a tablespoon or two in a 5-liter jug is enough. Molasses feeds beneficial bacteria and helps them multiply, really rapidly. You can boost the mix by adding a handful of forest soil from under healthy trees, a little vermicompost, or even a spoon of finished bokashi compost. Each of these brings diverse microbes to the party. Stir well and let the mixture sit in a shaded area for about 24 to 48 hours. Stir occasionally to add oxygen. If it smells sweet and earthy, you've got a living brew. If it smells rotten, just discard and start again. Healthy microbes never stink. Once your jug is ready, you'll want to dilute it before use. About 1 part brew to 5 parts water is just perfect. Pour it directly onto the soil around your fruiting plants. This really helps microbes move into the root zone, where the magic happens. You can also use it as a foliar spray in the early morning or late afternoon, which helps protect leaves and improve nutrient absorption. Apply every 2 to 3 weeks during the growing and fruiting season. You don't need to drench the soil, just enough to introduce and spread the microbes. Over time, you'll notice your soil becoming darker, softer, and more crumbly. That's microbial life, right there, improving soil structure and organic matter. So, what changes will you actually start to notice? Well, gardeners who consistently use microbial brews often report earlier flowering and better fruit set. Plants that used to drop their flowers, they suddenly hold on to them. Fruits tend to grow more evenly and reach a better size. And, honestly, flavor is one of the biggest surprises. Tomatoes taste richer, strawberries become sweeter, and citrus develops a stronger aroma. That's because healthy soil biology improves mineral uptake, and minerals are really key to flavor. You may also see fewer disease problems, since beneficial microbes outcompete harmful pathogens and form protective layers around roots and leaves. Healthier plants just naturally resist pests and stress. It's not instant like chemical fertilizers, but it's definitely deeper and longer lasting. You're actually building a living system that keeps working season after season. So, why does this beat chemical feeding? Well, chemical fertilizers feed plants directly with soluble nutrients. That can give you fast green growth, but it often leads to weak tissues, salt buildup, and declining soil life. Microbial feeding, on the other hand, supports natural nutrient cycling. Instead of forcing plants to grow, you're creating conditions where they grow strongly on their own. You're not just growing fruit, you're building soil health, improving water retention, reducing disease pressure, and creating a garden that becomes more productive each year. And let's be honest, knowing your food was grown with living soil, not synthetic inputs, just feels right. Tips for maximum fruit explosion. Microbes need organic matter to thrive. Keep your soil mulched with dry leaves, grass clippings, or straw. Mulch protects microbes from sun and heat while slowly feeding them. Avoid harsh chemical pesticides and fungicides, which can kill the very life you're trying to grow. If you need pest control, choose gentle, natural methods. Don't over-till. Disturbing soil too often breaks fungal networks that help transport nutrients to plants. Most importantly, stay consistent. One application helps. Regular applications build a thriving underground ecosystem. Growing with nature, not against it. At Roots Haven Grounds, we believe the future of gardening isn't about stronger chemicals, it's about stronger ecosystems. When you work with nature's systems, results don't just improve, they compound. That single jug of microbial life is more than a fertilizer. It's a reset button for tired soil. It's a boost for struggling fruit plants. It's a step toward a garden that becomes richer, healthier, and more productive every season. Once you see the difference in your harvest, the size, the flavor, the abundance, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. If you found this guide helpful and want more natural, practical gardening tips that actually work, make sure you subscribe to Roots Haven Grounds and share this with a fellow gardener who needs a fruit boost this season. Let's grow healthier gardens together, one living jug at a time.